Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Bill Kerbox, and thanks for joining us live. It's Friday morning, depending on where you are. I'm in Daytona Beach, East Coast time. It's 12 noon, and welcome to the Luxury Agent Mastermind. Today, we're going to do a deep dive, and we're going to do it fast. We're not going to do one of the traditional 30 minutes or 1 hour. Today, we're going to be talking about, Pete Middleton will be joining us here in a second, but we're going to be talking about prospecting for luxury listings. That's high-end listings. Depending on where you are, is that $1 million and up? Is it 5 million and up? Is it 10 million and up? I come from Southern California, Malibu, Pacific Palisades, Santa Monica, where kind of the average price at the low end is $3 million, and it goes up all the way into the hundreds of millions. So, prospecting now more than ever, it's a critical time to continue to show up. Pete and I were on a call on Tuesday, and we took a look at what that actually means, right? Things have been a little easy, let's be honest, multiple offers. And by the way, I know from California and some from Florida, many of those are continuing, but it was a lot easier. Here we go. Let's bring Pete in here. Love it. I know he'll be on. This is Tennessee calling, or maybe in California today. Good morning, Petey.
What's happening? How's it going?
Good, brother. We're on live. I love it. Love the hat. I almost wore mine, but I know my wife would have yelled at me. But you look good, man. That looks fantastic.
Casual.
Hey, welcome to the Luxury Agent Mastermind. And thanks for supporting this and being a huge part of it. I think you are, in my opinion, the face of luxury with EXP, and this is a non-denominational call. But just to let you know where we are, I just kind of set it up a little bit about getting back to work and starting to prospect, and you're going to have a lot less competition. And I wanted to start off, and then I'm going to really kind of shift it over to you. The number one topic right now on Google, right, is sellers looking at the real estate market and buyers, to tell you the truth. So while everybody is trying to figure this path out, and, agents just have a more of a focus, but now is the time to understand that, especially if you're talking about video, they want answers, right? It's not time for fancy. It's not time for me. It's time for finding the top questions that buyers and sellers are asking, and hammer it on social media, be of value. So anyway, Pete, let's talk about prospecting. I know you've been doing this a long time. What are some of your key takeaways from prospecting for luxury, and especially in a challenging market like we have right now?
No, I think it's a great question. Thanks for asking it, Bill. Prospecting is super, super important. I think everybody has to 2 to 5x their prospecting times right now, where they're reaching out to people. Past clients is the number one in my book. 99% of my business comes from past clients. But for the people out there that don't have a huge network or a huge database of past clients, you can develop past clients or a sphere of influence anywhere. Join groups, join networking organizations. You can go to events. I mean, there's events all weekend long. It's Labor Day, so people would be going to barbecues and this and that, and just talk to them and get them excited and make it all about them. And that's a form of prospecting. I don't think you should completely get into the real estate talk, but don't move away from it either. Be different. Know some of the things that have been selling in that area, that vicinity, or tell them a few really great stories about some huge wins. Or just ask people, say, if you were to sell your house, what price would make you excited to sell it? And then say, can I come by sometime and take a look at it so we can analyze if it's the best move for you? That's all. And it's really easy when you're prospecting with people at events. The other thing I would suggest that I've been really beefing up, that I've always had a ton of success with, is doing open houses. Open houses have been a huge thing for me to not only get prospects and and clients, but really take it to the next level, especially if you want to work a certain area or get into luxury in a certain area. Focus on doing other people's listings in that area. Set up 50 signs, because the general public doesn't know the difference between a for sale sign, an open house sign, a sold sign, a billboard, a pending sign. They don't know the difference. All they see is the branding and the marketing. So I feel that's super important in this market to get your prospecting going. Call neighbors, circle prospect around new listings or new sales, and ask them. I ask a lot of people, are there any neighbors you want to get rid of? I can help you with that. And I just try to keep it light and see how I can be a resource and really help them. But I think those are 3 great ways to up your prospecting and to really take it to a new level so that you can leverage it in your business.
Yeah, I think those are, a lot of the stuff we're talking about, it's not newsflash, right? It's really basics. Get back to work. Pete, have you had much experience with FSBOs and expireds?
Yeah, I've had experience with FSBOs and expireds. The FSBOs and expireds recently, there just hasn't been a lot in the previous market. It was kind of a frenzy, and a lot of people were capable of selling the house on their own. The big tip I'll give anybody who's trying to prospect with FSBOs or expireds is don't tell the people they can't do it. That's my number 1 tip.
Yeah.
Say, yeah, you can do this, and I'd love to help you out. Just come from a place of being in service to others and trying to help them. The whole key to the conversation is to get a look at their house. Say, I work with a lot of fully qualified buyers in your area. I'd love to take a look at your place and see how we can help each other. That's it. Just come from a place of helping. Don't come from a place of pumping it up or asking them if they're still trying to sell, because most of the time they're frustrated. And the reason why they're trying to sell it on a sale by owner is they want to save the money. When it comes to expired, is they tried it before and it probably wasn't marketed correctly or communicated or followed up with correctly. So a lot of times they missed the market, and they need to be educated on where the market's at. And something, their motivation may not be there to sell their house on an expired side. So I would look at both sides and say, what are you really interested or passionate about in helping people? But come from a place of trying to help people, not from a place of trying to tell them that they can't do it or they're wrong. And that's a big mistake that a lot of agents that I've seen over the last 30 years make, is they make a point to say to the consumer, you're wrong, you can't do it. And it immediately puts them in defense mode, in survival mode, because that's, as humans, we're constantly in survival mode. So you really want to take a different approach and say, hey, you can do it. I can drop you off signs, I can drop you off materials, I can drop you off a lot of things. Just be helpful, because they're not selling like they used to sell, and they don't have the same avenues that we have to market them and get in front of highly qualified buyers.
So if it's possible, because I know a lot of people on this call right now or on the video, we're live, by the way, on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And I'm talking to them, people that may not be luxury. It seems everybody wants to be in luxury. And so here's 2 big takeaways real quick, and I'm open to certainly hearing any opinion. You got to know the market, right? We were just at Tom Ferry, at Tony Robbins in Dallas. Tom Ferry was there at the same time, but we were at our event. It was almost embarrassing to see how many agents could not articulate their value proposition. If you're a luxury agent, you want to do 2 things. You want to know the market, right? You got to know, hey, John, did you hear about the big sale on the Bluff, 27 million? Hey, that may have affected the value of yours. How would you like an updated value value in your home? But the other part of that is you got to practice. These football players, basketball, they win, they go home, they wake up at 6 a.m, they're doing the same shot over and over and over again. Your unique value proposition got to be strong. Now, I know Pete, I'm not going to put him on the spot, but I've heard his pitch. It's unbelievable because he knows what he's talking about. He knows how to talk to luxury sellers. So if you are not moved in that direction right now, and you on this live to learn about prospecting, start with learning the market, start with getting your value proposition. And as Pete said, get out there and talk to people and don't sell. And I'm going to give a little tip here. I happen to own an ad agency and we do marketing for a lot of luxury agents, but we have been hitting mail right now. And Pete doesn't know that I told him part of this story. We had agents in Miami area put out a mailer, and it was, how much would your home sell for? Find out in 2 seconds. So that mailer has already had almost 40 responses of people that are interested in finding out the value of the home. What does that tell me? I don't need to go to Google. I know people are interested. Go ahead and create a link, a QR code to your home value tool. If you're on KV Core, that's fine. If you're on HomeBot, whatever, and make a card and go hand the damn thing out. Talk to people in the market, whatever, I mean, Pete and I are prospectors. We know that prospecting is wherever you are, right? And so get out there and take an opportunity to start talking to home sellers. Also, I wanted to just kind of hear Pete's, take on, Pete, if you could give us the short story, if a seller is asking you, Pete, what the heck, why should I hire you? How do you start off that conversation?
Well, a lot of times I would say maybe you shouldn't. Maybe we're not the right fit. We have to kind of explore that together. So a lot of times I'll find out what their motivation is, what are they trying to accomplish, and what's the best case scenario for them, first and foremost. I don't want to go into, those are the old school days, Bill, and you remember those where we'd go in and say, hey, I'm a GRI and a ACB and this and that, and a luxury home marketing specialist. And look, I'm not knocking any of those designations, but the general public, the seller, they're not concerned with that. They want to know that you have experience. They want to know that you have a track record. They want to know that you have a marketing plan and strategy. And they want to know that you're going to represent them and get them the most money in the shortest period of time with the least amount of headaches. They want it handled correctly. They don't want any missteps when it comes to communication or to marketing or to feedback or to follow up or to scheduling, any of those types of things. So it's really important that you know that you're on their side, and they need to know that. They need to realize, okay, this person is on my side. They're bringing the right energy. They listen really well. They're concerned about my well-being, my family's well-being, and that they're going to do what they say they're going to do, and they're going to tell me the truth. So a lot of times, and it's a great question, when I have that type of dialogue or that type of conversation, everybody can come in and say they're the best. But we've transitioned from being a market or a profession of telling people what we're all about to a profession of showing generosity and what we bring to the table that's going to benefit them. And if you can come from a generosity type of generation where you're showing them how you're going to benefit them and their family, how you're going to hold their hand, take care of everything, walk them through it, and really help them with this biggest transaction of their life, that's what they're concerned with, right? All the other stuff is just asking questions. How are you going to market differently? What's your strategy? Yeah, you can get into that. But the big thing they want to know is, do I believe in this person? Do I have, or can I create a relationship with them? And are they going to do what they say they're going to do? And am I going to have the type of experience that I want to have in order to accomplish my goals? That's it, plain and simple.
So, and speaking again now to people who want to elevate, this is a great time to go into luxury. Come on. I tell my clients,
huge opportunity.
Real simple. Find the most expensive neighborhood that you can, 500, 1,000 homes, and really set your mind to go in there. Mail is a great way to introduce yourself. Social media, video is a great thing. It's in the focus. If you want to be in luxury, you've got to change your focus. Don't settle for, sorry to say this, $500,000 or $1 million property. I know those don't excite us. I I like a 5 million, a 10 million, a 20 million. And once you go to that mindset, then you're going to learn the market. You're going to learn how to articulate that value proposition. And most important, you're going to be comfortable talking to a seller. Pete could get on with $100 million seller right now and absolutely make them feel as comfortable as possible. He made a decision when he moved from Boston, he was going to only sell the big stuff. And is that true today?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, you know, and we've discussed this in the past, and I just want to share with everybody out there, it's all about mindset. You have to have a luxury mindset to be in luxury. Most people will not be disciplined enough or committed enough to create a mindset to break into luxury and build a business that you can benefit from. And it's super important to have that type of luxury mindset. Are you living the luxury lifestyle? Are you going to the luxury events? Are you dressed luxury? Are you thinking luxury? Are you reading luxury materials? Are you talking luxury? That's how you're going to relate and connect with the affluent people, because a lot of times those are the circles they're in, and they want to do business with people they relate to. That's super important. You know, and I'm not saying, hey, we don't sell $500,000 condos or $1 million houses. We do that also, because when you're in luxury, you can always go down. You can't be down and always come up. It's really difficult.
Well, that's excellent. You know, I promised everybody we'd keep short. I think the big takeaway here is get back on the phone, call your clients. I would not be in business, no matter how great I think I am. I have to call people. I called 5 people yesterday and I rekindled 3 relationships. So get back onto your sphere of influence. Consider doing a mailer, get out, learn your market, right? Get on the MLS, do whatever, and show up at high end. Don't prospect at McDonald's, prospect at Chez Michelle, you know, BC.
Prospect at Starbucks. You can go to Starbucks and prospect in an affluent neighborhood. You know, have on your computer, have ask me about what's going on in the neighborhood or in real estate. People will talk to you, buy people cups of coffee. They feel indebted to you.
Yeah. Mitch Reebok told me this, a good one. Go in to Starbucks, set up your computer, put the MLS on there, and just sit there. He said people will come up and ask you about the market. What else are you doing? I mean, be out amongst the people. I used to work with a guy, Charles Pence. He was a huge producer in Santa Monica. I couldn't get him out. He would go in there, he would like find money on the floor. Hey, everybody, I'm buying you a coffee. And he would sit and talk. I mean, I was there. It felt like a half a day. So anyway, Pete, thank you very much. You're you know, a very powerful, you know, force, and you've been a great sponsor and mentor to me. So if you guys have other questions, other interests, we're hoping to be able to really kick it up. We know you need help to go to the next level. I think this is your opportunity. What do you think, Pete?
I think it's a great opportunity. I think it's one of the best opportunities ever to really break into luxury and take your business to the next level and 10x your production. You know, you got to buy into concepts of what Bill's doing and I'm doing. We're here to help you. We want to help your production. We want to create value. There's many different ways you can prospect. And guys, tune in each week. Bill and I will be doing this and sharing all of our best nuggets in the luxury space on how to do 10x or how to 10x your production and how to do more business.
Love it. Have a happy Labor Day, everybody. Remember, get out there, be seen, and have a great weekend. Spend some time with your family. Who knows?